Yeah. It's the Goddess Crew. So what is the Goddess Crew? I don't know. But I'm trying to learn what it is. I have an idea. But I want to start a group on Twitch. It's called the Goddess Crew. I'm sure you guys have seen all this stuff going on with women rights and all that. I think what it means to be a goddess is that you understand a human is a human. Everyone's human. Or at least parts of them. Males and females are equal. Women are not better. Women are not inferior. We are both different and we need each other. Both genders, all genders need each other. Period. People are waking up. Lotus, we will return. You can always watch the VOD, maybe give it a nice clip. You know, these things I really appreciate when you guys, like, if I get like a sub, you do like sub hype in the chat and like, you know, the things. I really appreciate when you guys do that stuff because, like, I really want to keep streaming. And yeah, like, well, subs and donations and Frost allow me to keep streaming. Drew, that's the goal. We want everyone to be equally as dope as each other, or recognize that everyone is equally dope in their own ways, and finding the bridge of that, like, part of each human. Like, we don't, I know this is big, but like, we don't need to fight. We don't need to go to war. We can understand, like, it's more than we bleed the same blood. It's like, nah, we need each other. And like, different isn't a bad thing. Like, people have this fear of the unknown that needs to be let go of. Just like embracing change and allowing whatever could happen, allowing the possibility for it to happen. It's a really hard thing to do because it makes you feel vulnerable, and you are vulnerable to like whatever goes down. It's kind of like getting into a relationship. It's like, if you really invest yourself and like trust, blind faith in this person, like, you're not checking their Instagram DMs, you're not checking their text, anything, not going on their Facebook, you're just like, nah, I trust them as a person. You're, you know, completely vulnerable to whatever experience may follow that. Anything could happen, you know, people do make mistakes, and it's important to remember that we're all equally dope, and we all, you know, can overcome really hard stuff if we're willing to become self-aware and recognize the stuff that we're doing to other people. Try and observe mindfully what you're doing right now. I'm eating this orange tangerine mandarin. And it's really good. And there's a difference between mindfully doing anything and like, I could just stuff this whole thing in my mouth and it's done, and I didn't think about it, and there's, I don't know, it doesn't do you as good, trust me. The way that I've been able to like come to terms with a lot of things in like how my body works and what my body likes and how I can allow my body and mind to thrive is I've paid attention to what it feels like when I put certain things inside of my body. So I used to smoke cigarettes. When I smoked cigarettes, I asked myself, yo, this tastes like shit. I like the head rush, so that happens, but it tastes bad. And then I have to I can't run. Like, if zombies ever happen, I'm screwed. I can't run. My own body is telling me that, yo, you can't run if you keep doing this. So I was like, alright, fuck it. I ain't doing that. I gotta run from my zombies. I ain't fighting them. You only got so many bullets, guys. Like... And every single zombie that you see they have a brain. You have a brain, as long as they're not like inhibited in the mind, which it sure feels like a lot of them are. But they're not. They're just asleep. People need leaders. People need, like, a lot of people are sheep, but that's okay. That's allowed. Fine. Okay, you're all sheep. Now, we have to put good leaders in front of them. You put like an evil person in front of a herd of sheep, they're going off a cliff, dude. Or, we need good leaders, and it's up to like somebody, people, I don't care who. Like, you gotta have faith in your fellow people on Earth. Like, even the ones that are totally resistant to progress, they don't want to change, they're not about it. It's really hard in that sense, but a lot of people are willing to listen, are, willing to learn. They want to learn. And that's where, like, not to get religious, but there is a story in the Bible. Yeah, I'm not religious, but the point is, it's like talking about a garden and like how the quality of the soil is, and like it talks about nice, awesome, beautiful soil that you can plant seeds and awesome stuff grows. And then there's some gardens and soil with weeds all over it that kills out anything you try and plant in it. And then some of them have rocks, so like things spring up and it seems hopeful and it's really fast and then it just dies. And these are all kind of like, the way that I look at this is, that's like when you invest your energy into humans. Like, it's all like, what kind of soil do you have? Does that make sense? I know it's kind of out there, but if it makes sense to you, when you plant some seeds in another human being, you try and pour what you know into them, like pretty much 3 different things could happen. And it's either a nice, like, fertile soil that, they want to grow and they want to start cultivating it and they want to help, like, do what they can to progress as a human, or they got weeds. You throw seeds at them and it just kind of like, it's not growing, and you're like, man, why do I feel drained? And then lastly, you got the garden with rocks in it. You throw the seeds, it's freaking awesome, and you're like, wow, oh my god, you're growing, it's crazy, holy shit. And then, like, boom, they just totally, like, vanish, or I don't know, it just doesn't work. It dies. That's generally what I've seen happen. Or they just straight, there is no garden, it is a freaking barren desert land where you throw seeds at it and nothing happens. And unfortunately, that's where a lot of people are at, because they need to water their own gardens, they need to work on their own soil. Yes, if you're totally like, oh my god, my garden is fucking desert and nothing will ever happen here unless I get help. Some people will help you till the soil and make it so you can like grow as a person again. But if you're just sitting on a barren freaking garden that is your soul or your person, you can't grow as a person, you can't learn new things because you're so stuck on your idea of life and the world around you that you're just gonna sit in a freaking barren garden and that's it. Like, homie, my heart breaks for you, and it really, really, really kills me regularly to see that happen to people. Fuck war, spam. Drew. There's no honor in war. Unless you're playing For Honor, and in that case, let's fight till the death. Yo, like, straight up. End War on Earth. We'll just take it to the freaking realms of gaming, straight up. And we can yell at each other, but I mean, because spirit of competition's great, but there's a way to be positively competitive, and there's a way to be negatively competitive. If we could all just take it to gaming, we could end War on Earth, because everyone's fighting a game. We're shooting each other that way, not actually killing each other. Wouldn't that be nice? Which one am I in the circle? I want to be the one in the back. I'm this one. I like her. It looks like the ocean. It's like not quite blue, not quite green. It's like both. I was gonna say this, but nah, that's me. That one. I've never seen this before. It just came up on my playlist, so it's like, oh, let me like, yo, this is like perfect timing. It does hurt because we care and love these people that, you know, want to sit in their barren garden, and let's say you're like tilling some of their soil and they're like, rah, get out of here, and it's like, I just want to help, man. Come on, can't you see that I'm like not hurting you? Some people want to suffer, and we can spend our entire lives trying to help them, and guess what? It will be in vain. And that's just the sad reality. Sometimes I've walked away from those, you know, types, and then you see growth. Then you see, wait, why aren't you in my life anymore? Why don't you try anymore? Like, I miss that attention. And then it's like, you weren't doing a goddamn thing to help yourself. Like, I'm not gonna keep pouring into you. Sometimes you see a shift, you see an attempt, you see something. You see effort when you create that space. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm trying to move out. That's like, I feel like we're here for that, Drew. Like, you know, my entire family, we're getting personal, and it's just naturally. My entire family has, well, immediate family has type 2 diabetes. They were all obese or morbidly obese at one point or now, and I grew up with childhood obesity. I was fat. I had like bright red stretch marks on my sides, and it was just so sad that like 11-year-old had to deal with that type of stuff. They didn't know anything about nutrition until I went and learned myself, because I was like, yo, I love swimming, like I feel so self-conscious, this sucks, like I need to change this. I took responsibility for what I knew needed to change, even though it wasn't my fault. And that's the key right there. Take it, my friends. Yeah, we're still playing Overwatch. Whoops, my bad. We're just gonna change that to right here just so I don't get yelled at. We're gonna let this finish, and then I'm probably gonna start it over. Irish traditional melodies. Let's try that one. I'll put these on a playlist for later. Yeah! That shit is fire! I want to take a picture like that. Look at how beautiful that place is. Like, guys. Ooh. Smells good. What the fuck? I'm not there. How do I know what it smells like? I'm crazy. Lotus, I respect your real talk. Sometimes I'm not okay. Because this stuff weighs on you as a person if that's where your mentality is. And sometimes when I'm like really there, like, or not there, you're like, positivity, love, and vibes, and I'm like, dude, thank you so much. I need to hear that. I need to be reminded of that because it's not always present in your environment. And when you're the only one that's like, whoa, gonna put that energy out in your reality, like in your immediate environment, not all the time, but like, yeah, whew, that's a heavy load. And I'm not the only one that's in that position. Drew, yeah, totally. People to this day, it's sad, you know? There's so much ignorance about nutrition and health. Now that it's been over a decade that I've been studying nutrition. I didn't know anything. When I was 11, it was, get rid of Coke. Okay, I'm not gonna drink soda. That was like my understanding. But now I read a lot. I'm very passionate about it. And that was not only because I was an obese kid, but my family was obese. So now everything that they've learned, it's been down the grapevine of what I've like kind of sought after and what I've tried to understand. And I'm no freaking Jedi Master, like I don't feel like I've done the best job equipping them for true nutrition, but then again, back to the garden analogy that we made, like you can only throw so many seeds, not all of them are gonna take if their garden is not prepared and ready for like the type of stuff that you want to share with them. But if you just run around the whole world throwing seeds everywhere, I think that's a good idea, because you're gonna hit some good gardens. So we gotta we gotta extend our scope of like who we're trying to reach with the messages that we have to share. Because again, if you're stuck only like for your parents, a great example, like if you're just trying to help them and they're doing the same shit, they're resisting anything you try and say, you get frustrated, now you're fighting, it's just not cool, and it's been like years and it's still the same. It's gotten worse, it's gotten a little better, but still not a whole lot of progress. Dude, it's okay to make space. And a lot of parents and like family members try and like guilt trip us for trying to like say, hey, I gotta go. They're like, what? We're not good. Like, whatever fucking shit that people try and pull. They'll react, But once that initial, like, break happens and you create the space, good things happen. At least in my experience. When I've moved far, far away, growth has happened. Sometimes if you throw a bunch of seeds down all over on this like dry, barren desert garden. I hope you guys are still following my analogy that I'm using here. And you walk away and you leave, that person that is truly in charge of that garden says, oh my god, let me like fix this soil as best as I can, or as much as I can figure out how in myself. And then sometimes little things happen, little changes happen. And I went to a holistic nutritionist who just kind of changed my life and gave me an understanding of nutrition at a molecular level. Basic, of course. I don't know anything. But she told me to kind of like settle me down from being so upset really about the dietary choices of humanity. A lot of humans like just totally eating themselves into diseases. It only takes 1 degree when you're here's the analogy. When you're sailing on a ship, it only takes 1 degree of change to end up on a complete different island. Literally 1 degree of change, you can end up in a complete different place than you would have been before. So these people that are resistant, but like that 1 degree of change, I kind of like I was like, okay, that there's hope there. But then I also it's complicated. There's a lot I could say about that. Goku would approve this message. Vegeta is the Vegeta touch can help people get moving. Yup. But sometimes Vegeta feels like the god of destruction. You're not sure if you're gonna die or not. Because he hits you really hard. And he gets you right to that line of, am I gonna die? I don't know. So yeah, it has its place. Just can't be 100% of the time, but it definitely is required. To be positive about nutrition, find happiness in things that may not be seen as such. Always think, well, things could get worse. Things could get worse. And, that's why I'm sitting here tonight. Really. I wasn't very happy recently. I was looking at how things could be better. A lot better. But having a healthy balance between those two ideas, things could get worse, yes. Things could get better. So don't be like, I know people that are just like, things could get worse, so I'm gonna keep drinking and fucking doing this because I don't drink vodka. No, that's an excuse. We have to, it's like things could get worse, things could get better. We wanna be like somewhere around here so we can like still continue to grow as people. Things could get better and I'm gonna strive for that. I really want things to be better, so I'm gonna look at where I want to be and what steps I can take to get there every single day. Small steps. Somebody told me once 2 things a day. I met this girl, this 500,000 followers on Instagram. This was 5 years ago, so it wasn't that 5-6 years ago. So Instagram was not like, oh, everybody's got millions of followers. Nah. She had a lot of followers, and she came and spoke to my business class, and she said every single day to do 2 things towards your goal, towards whatever the hell it is. Just 2 things a day. They could be, it doesn't matter how big or small. 2 things a day. Period. That's it. Do that and see what happens. And I did that for a while, and it was really helpful. Now, what I need to work on is the consistency of that, because I'll do 2 things 3 times a week. No, you gotta do 2 things every single day, and then you'll see progressive results. And you know how I really respect this woman's words? Is because 5 or 6 years ago, it was probably a lot longer than that. I'm just, I feel like I'm just out of high school still, even though I'm totally not. Fuck. she said, before podcasts were like huge, she was like, yo guys, and podcasts, get on top of podcasts. And I was like, podcasts, huh? Like, really? You really think so? And she planted that seed really early in me, but I always doubted it. I didn't think it was gonna be a big deal. And let me tell you, podcasts are huge, dude. Look at Joe Rogan podcast. She probably said that before Joe Rogan even started his podcast. So yeah, she was on a good wavelength there. I'm gonna let you talk. I've said enough. I've said a lot. Sounds like we're at a Renaissance festival. Relaxing for stress relief? I've heard this song. Yes! We're in our cage! I love watching grass grow. It's definitely a hobby of mine. God, YouTube comments are great. That's hilarious. There's nothing wrong with podcasts. Yeah. She was saying like, yo guys, podcasts are the next thing. They're the next thing that's gonna be hype. So yeah, think about it. Make a podcast. Do something with that. And I thought that platform, the podcast app on my iPhone was so like noob and outdated. I was like, I don't care. And now I wish I had a podcast. I would like, this is the beginning of the podcast. Here's the Goddess Crew. Hi, I'm Ashley, and this is the Goddess Crew. Today we're talking about gardens and stuff. My podcast would be ridiculous. For sure, it would be ridiculous. But yeah, she told us, hey guys, get into podcasts. And we were like, really? And now look at podcasts. Podcasts are huge. So she was totally right about that. I still think about creating a podcast all the time. You know, back onto what you said about like making fun of fat people. Like, a lot of people do. I know some bigger people that I wouldn't call unhealthy. There are unhealthy skinny people, there are unhealthy fat people, but there are, some people, maybe they were unhealthy at one point, but I know some like larger people that are so strong and they eat good. Like they eat a lot, but they eat good. I eat a lot too. I don't know. Like, I don't know if they're unhealthy. I don't know if they just have like, more fat layers on their body, but internally their body looks good. Fat does not always equate to, oh, you eat like shit. You might just eat a lot. There might be like, oh, I live in fucking Alaska. Like, I want to be fat. Like, there's a lot of aspects to weight. So, you gotta dig a little deeper. Now, if somebody's morbidly obese, yeah, something's wrong, like straight up. But if someone's like kind of bigger, just a little, that doesn't always mean they're unhealthy. If that's what you want to do, then what's holding you back? Creating a podcast? I've had trouble establishing consistency among my ventures, so I've been streaming. My first stream was October of 2014. And since then, I've streamed for months, and then I stopped streaming for months, and then I streamed, and then I didn't, and then, it's been like that ever since. And I feel like that greatly inhibited my growth, and it, saddens me, because I feel like in a lot of ways I want to give back to the gaming community, dude. Blizzard changed my life. I will always love World of Warcraft. Even after I die, I'm there. Please, like, put me in the game or don't. I don't care. I'm there. It's too late. Sorry. I am one with World of Warcraft. For sure, dude. So yeah, like, I really want to give back to the people of gaming because I get it. I have been a gamer my whole life, and like, we have a lot of the same struggles, and yeah, I want to talk about these things, and I don't see a lot of other people doing that. And you know, I've seen some people like, you know, come up, and people do talk about mental health, and I love it. Like, they're talking about real stuff, and it's cool, but I want to see more of it. And I do think that when I do have the consistency of my streams, of my yoga practice, these two things, with these two powers combined, I feel like I have an influence that I want to see more of on Twitch. So yeah, I just trying to grow the strum. Who could do the most amazing tricks? This guy who was overweight a few years back. What kind of tricks? Tricks! Druz. Beston. Thank you for the follow, Beston. Oh, Nigel, thank you for the host. It's very kind of you. Calisthenics. Pole dancing? I don't know. Dangerous jumps from buildings and such. Parkour. Yeah. Yeah. Like, bigger people can be healthy, I think. I think smaller people could be unhealthy. It's not a matter of only size. There's much more to it. And you know, I'm starting to appreciate more and more, like, because I had such bad body image from being so overweight as a child, I did demonize it. I was like, oh my god, like, no, wait, hold on, let me tell you how to, like, fix it. Like, I'd go hard and telling them everything I knew. I'd take them to the gym, and I'd overtrain the hell out of my friends that were, like, overweight. That wasn't good. But I learned from it, and now I try a different approach, and I try and figure out what works for me, so that once it works for me, I can be more fruitful in sharing it. You can't pour from an empty cup. You gotta overflow your cup so that, you know, it's just like a water fountain just pouring out into others. I don't know where this is coming from, what all the things I'm saying right now. I just watched a freaking motivational video on YouTube today. That's the only, like, I don't know, maybe it did have an impact. I don't know. But, like, whatever makes you happy is what you should be doing. What you should be going with. Heck, I demand you demand me to stream and do yoga. Well, your demands are my demands. Like, I demand myself to do the same because I know how important it is to me. It's all, I let shit get in the way sometimes, and I don't mean to, but dude, I get overwhelmed. I gotta move. Like, I'm going back to finish school and getting rid of, like, as much stuff as I can so that I can, you know, be more flexible and adaptable to what comes into my life. Podcast on YouTube, giant community, good pangs. That was, yeah, I've tried to, with a couple other people, tried to start one of those for a while, and it hasn't quite took. It hasn't took yet, but I have the gear. I have what the, like, audio gear and audio equipment that I need. Yeah, it's not the best, but it works. It's just a matter of consistency, figuring out a time that is right every week to do a podcast. Like, I feel like I need to create the foundation that is the consistency with my stream first, and once I have that on lock, then I can build on top of that and go into the podcast. But you know, that's unfortunate that the other side of that thinking is, as long as I'm not consistent with my stream, there will be no podcast, versus, you know, dropping a freaking episode of the podcast every month, because frankly, that's all I got in me right now. Thought you're very safe, one of the best for everyone else. You're letting yourself down. I let myself down every day, Holmes. Like, I teach yoga. That's my job. And sometimes, in 1 week, the only thing that I do yoga-wise is teach. I don't practice. And that, that's not how it works. Like, I feel so not legit as a teacher, as a guide, as anything when I do that. And it sounds stupid because it's yoga, dude. Chill out. It's just yoga. It's still like, that's another thing that I've invested heavily myself into, and yeah, like, is super crucial to like Ashes being here to be a regular part of my life. That discipline, the way I was raised, discipline was not common. Discipline was not taught to me. I've struggled with it for a very long time, but discipline, I don't fucking know. I can't do it. I'm not good at it. Like, I've been disciplined with stuff like months at a time. Like, I got like a month of it, and then next month, like, it's just fucking gone. Like, my discipline garden, back to that analogy we were talking about, is patchy and rocky as fuck. Because I got it, and then it's gone. Yoga is mindfulness, and mindfulness is awareness. Once one becomes woke, there's no boundaries nor lengths that can't be reached. Amen. At least they're honest about it. Yeah. But like, at this point in my life, I guess, yeah, there's certain things that it's hard to be like upfront about, but when it comes to consistency and discipline, that's been an issue for a very long time, and I'm not shying away from them, because I'm like, hey guys, yo, heart on my sleeve here, can you guys, like, I'm just gonna write it on me, so whoever knows how to do it, please teach me. I really need these things in order to do what I'm trying to do. Like, my dharma requires these things. Most probably do. So most people probably require discipline and consistency in order to get places. And it's true. If you want to do anything, like, those are requirements. And I've tried a lot of different approaches to it, even believing, like, instead of focusing on, man, I'm not consistent, fuck, I thought, like, I can be consistent. I have that capability inside of me, and it works for a little bit, but then again, it falls off. Like, something comes up and it just goes away. I have a calendar, I'm on it for a month, boom, next month, freaking, I'm writing in a book instead. Like, I'm using a different form of this, doing the same thing somewhere else. It's very weird. I don't get it. I don't know, but that's enough about me. Thanks to you, Kristen. Got a seat pillow. Yay! Hell yeah. I'm sitting on mine right now. It feels good, man. I'm gonna show you guys. Woo! Yeah. A butt pillow. What are those? So that hole that you saw, it goes where your tailbone goes. Cause I used to, like, I got injured a couple times in my teen years, and it got to the point where, like, I couldn't game. This got in the way of my stream for a while. I couldn't sit for longer than 10 minutes without having, like, bullshit pain, like, just freaking dying in my back. So I got this butt pillow, and it literally, I can sit forever. And yeah, I get sore, like, my body gets sore if I sit. Like, how long has it been? Over 3 hours? Yeah, I've got up a few times, but I'm gonna be, like, sore and stiff when I get up to turn the stream off. But I can actually sit now. It's made a big difference in how my back feels. This a Wiccan stream? I ain't no Wiccan. No, I'm not. No offense if you are. That's cool. I know nothing about Wiccan at all. I don't know anything about that. I'm just listening to some Celtic music and starting the Goddess Crew. Like sorcery or something? Dude, I wish. Oh my god, I play a mage in World of Warcraft. If I could like fucking... I would. If I could have magical powers. Frostbolt. She's pretty much almost pagan. I'm definitely a heathen. I am heathen. I am a heathen. You darn heathens! Blasphemy! What you need is to experience. Head for the mountains, climb up to the highest point, and find a new mountain and start climbing back up. Because will equals ability, and ability equals possibility. Deep. Droot, are you like an OG that I don't recall of the stream? Quasar, we're talking about life. How to live it. Or something like that. Vampire face, rah. Bobby, girls are the devil. We're different. We complement. Men and women complement each other. So, like, yeah. Literally. And physiologically. We fit like a puzzle. And in that, like, we have many differences. Many differences. And people, for some reason, want to say, oh, I'm better. Women are better. No, men are better. We're strong. Fucking, oh yeah, well, we're this. It's like, fucking put that shit away. It's not like what race is better. Battle of the Sexes is whack. We're different. No one will ever win who's better. There is no answer. Because we're different, and there's pros and cons to all of it. So, like, yeah. I guess my point is, like, men and women, we're different. Not one is better than the other. We simply need each other in order to, you know, exist as a race. But, yeah. Does equal necessarily mean the same? I guess, yeah, kind of. Like, you think when things equal something, like equality between genders, oh, well, then you gotta, you know, go to war, do all the crazy shit the men do if you want to fucking call yourself equal. Alright. Fair. Fair. But we're different. We can be equal and be different. You know? And it's as simple as that. Fresh start April 5th. I can't wait, Maniac Essence. Are you excited? I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh my god, I haven't done a character reservation. I need to do that tonight. Oh my god. Oh my god. One of my first viewers. No way, Jose. Do followage. Do it, do it, do it. Do that. Well, shit, you might have to wait because I just did it. No way, bro. Care can change the world. Ugh. I kind of gave up on my, like, superhero, like, ideas. Trying to save the world. Quasar Man! Thank you for the follow and welcome. But now I'm just trying to do my part, you know? I might not be Wonder Woman, but I'm damn part of Wonder Woman. So I'm gonna keep going. And try the best that I can. And just try and, like, stay stable and happy. And truly, guys, like, meditation is crucial. And I don't do it. Like, ever. The only time that I meditate is after I'm done teaching a class and the students are teaching a yoga class and the students are in final relaxation pose, corpse pose, just laying there. I'll sit there and meditate for like 5 minutes while they're there to try and like, you know, guide the energy. Maybe I am fucking crazy witch. To guide the energy into like deepening awareness of the present moment. That's all I meditate right now, and it weighs on you. It weighs on me. When I don't get into presence and like become aware of now and think about like, oh my god, my past, my future, god damn it, like, oh my god, it just gets so messy. Meditation is boring. That is a young, naive statement that I totally agree with in many ways. It's fucking hard and you're not doing shit. Like, that's how I felt when I walked into a Tai Chi class. I was like, are you kidding me? I had tendinitis through here. It sucked. It's actually been flaring up lately, but I was like, fuck it, fine, I'll do this Tai Chi, whatever. I do like 3-hour sessions, 3 separate hour sessions, and my freaking tendinitis is gone. I can do yoga, I can game again. Tai Chi, who the fuck knew that Tai Chi, like, would help that? I had no idea, but it did. It did. Like, straight up, connect me to a lie detector, fucking totally made it go away. And it was the hardest shit I've ever done, because you have to move so slow, and I'm just like, oh my god, can we do anything else? But it's, you know, I need to go back. I think about it. I think about, damn, like, to have that discipline, to just do the thing that I know is really tough and really boring, because I know it's going to help. And there's tons of science on meditation nowadays, but yeah, check out one of the like articles I was reading, listening to something about like how it affects the prefrontal cortex, which is like the newest evolution of the human brain, in such a positive way that it really fixes like a lot of aspects of how we operate. I've been a really like broken human, and I've been a really cool human, you know? And I think the biggest, like, the easiest, quickest, most profound way that I've found from that shitty human being that's, like, depressed and, like, half dead to, yo, how am I teaching, like, all these people yoga, and they're just like totally on one, having their own experiences and like breakthroughs and like just being used for like what I perceive as miracles. Like, it's crazy. I'm like, how the fuck me? What? I don't know. From that shitty human to that person that's really making like amazing impacts in other people's lives, for sure. Some form of meditation. Meditation isn't just like only sitting there like this, crisscross applesauce with your eyes closed. You know, that's not the only way to meditate. There's a million ways to meditate. There's probably more than a million ways to meditate. There's moving meditations. Some people, like, straight up, motorcycle riding is meditation. 100%. Age 22, I heard age 25 Quasar, man. So, like, well, that's the decision-making area. Yeah, I think it still keeps developing until 25. If it's 22, I'm stoked, hell yeah, but nah, I don't think so. Am I a furry? No. Why? If I was a furry, I'd be a dragon. Rah. Quasar, man, you could be a vampire. Sleeping is awesome when you have like a really good bed and like really soft sheets and you sleep so hard that you don't even realize you're sleeping. Oh my god. Man, the older you get, the more you'll appreciate it, I think. Judgment and cognition. You'd be a chicken. I'm sorry, Holly, dear. That sounds atrocious. I know a good dentist, if you need one. You'd be a dinosaur? Oh my god. I like that. That's cool. Like that blow-up dinosaur? Just run around a furry convention like as the blow-up dinosaur? It's funny. I hope he's trolling, cause that if your teeth are legit loose, that's not good. Fell on the corner of your bed. Ugh. On your teeth? Man. I was doing the dishes earlier and like, God, I'm sorry in advance. But like, we have this like steel, just ice cream scooper, and it was all chipped. Oh, and I imagine like it's got some weight to it, so I imagine like chipped teeth. That thing, chipped teeth. Oh God, no, I'm sorry. That, whew. Glad that your teeth didn't fall out. I'm sorry, it sounds very painful. You can definitely get it fixed. If they're loose, I think your body will fix that naturally over time. But I'd definitely go to a dentist to make sure. I'm no doctor. Drew, that's funny. I wish I was a vampire. I'd feast on many people. You look like a snack. You a snack, I attack. Isn't that amazing, though? I was tripping on self-healing the other day. Like, the fact that our bodies just fix and mend and we have heals inside of us. I was thinking of like an MMO. We have legit heals. It's so cool. Like, thank God. Literally. Like, hell yeah. Cause like how devastating would it be to like break your back if it didn't fix. Oh, my back's broken, I'm done. Like nah, you can still do stuff. And like the process of healing too, we've learned so much about how that works in our bodies. I'm on some gnarly trip where every time I go to meditate with like a guide who knows what they're doing, sometimes I feel so stressed in my head that it's just such a fucking headache all the time and so much tension. And it's like anguish, it's pain. Sometimes when I go to meditate, it feels like here, it's like this, and then it just starts to relax and open up and release and start to like unswell. It literally feels like my brain's swollen because I'm so stressed sometimes, and it chills out a lot when I go to meditate with someone who knows what they're doing. Inner heals take the longest to heal. Patience. Some things take a lifetime to heal. Especially like PTSD type stuff. I do believe that we can heal a lot of mental illnesses that we still don't have the evidence to support my claim with. Like medical evidence to support my claim that, oh, we could heal bipolar disorder. But I really think we can. It's just, it takes so much like effort from the person. Just like I said, the garden analogy. You gotta really work on your soil as a person and really cultivate it, and other people are helping you cultivate it, and it's a years of processing. Really to get through any type of trauma, I think. And that's talking about like emotional, mental trauma, not even physical trauma. Physical trauma is so cool because we've learned so much about the physical because that's just how we are as like naturally, like primal, physical, yes. Like we've come so far in medical advancements there that when you get injured now, there's so much information. Like if you, let's say like your thyroid's fucking up, you can go on the internet and learn everything there is to know about the hormonal system. Right here, right now. What? That's awesome. And you can apply that to your life. It's amazing. Something I like to do. I don't know about that, Quasar. I'm no superhero. What are your biggest stresses? Shukfu, it's a tough maze to crack. Can't find a way out ourselves. That's why I feel like for me, when I do get really deep down the rabbit hole in my mind, going to camaraderie, like people that know, that have life experience, that really have life experience, that know what it's like to be where you are and are not there anymore, or like they just really have some insight. They're great mentors. They're like Jedi masters. You go to those types of people, they're lifesavers when you feel like you're stuck in the maze that is your whatever, your being. They can help you get out. Sometimes it's a little bit at a time, but like I swear, coming back around to consistency, like if you're consistent with that drive and that like effort to get out of the maze, you do become free. I have been free. I've literally felt, at least what I perceive as like real freedom of expression, but not entirely. It's like layers. I got through a couple worlds. I'm on like World 1 to 8, Super Mario Bros. I got through World 1, World 2, World 3, maybe? I don't know if I'm at World 4 yet. Not quite. Which one's the one with giants? World 4, World 5? World 3? Is the desert level? Nah, I don't even know if I'm there. Yeah, I don't think I'm at World... Maybe I'm at World 3. I might be at the world, like the boss of World 2 in my life. I don't know. Where are you guys at? If your life is Super Mario Bros., what level are you on? Physical trauma can lead to psychosomatic pain. Totally, dude. And I really like looking into psychosomatic pain because I want to make sense of it. I want to, like, explore it. Like, I heard this thing once that it's like, oh, if, like, I don't even know. If you have pain in the neck, it's because, like, you often carry too much of a burden and it causes you to stress out and your muscles to tense up. It's all relative to how you live your life, why you carry your stress in certain areas. Like, some people carry it in different places. I carry a lot up here. It's a lot of people, though. I'm happy right now. Yay! Ooh, good. Water sage? Me too. I'm drowning, help! No, I'm just kidding. Water sage, look. So much freaking water. Guys, speaking of water, Hydration Bot is about to remind us all. Make sure you got some water right in front of you and you're staying hydrated. That also makes a big difference in, like, physiologically, your mental, cognitive function, and, you know, all the systems working right. Quasar. That's 14 years. It lasts that long. I don't know if I have anything, like, physically that I can still feel like that. Unless I think about it. Sorry, yes I do. Freaking, I tore my hamstring. And that's hard to think about sometimes. Huh. Thank God if... Dude, guys, when I was like 16 years old, I couldn't walk up a flight of stairs. And that was... I tore my hamstring when I was like 11. I was just fucked up because I gamed and I did stuff and I hurt my back. So my hamstring and my back, those powers combined, I couldn't walk upstairs and I was only 16. Well, I mean, that kind of, you know, set the stage for me to become a yoga teacher. Because at that time, I needed yoga so bad. I needed it, so I started doing it every day. There was a class I just went to every day. It's actually, yeah. And my friends were like, hey, try yoga. And I was like, alright. I tried it. And then I kept doing it for like a year. And then I, you know, stopped for a little bit. And then I kept doing it. And then years and years and years go by. And I'm like, same, not super consistent, but still like it's a foundation part of what I do as a person and everything. I found myself in teacher training and now I'm teaching yoga. It's crazy. I didn't expect that, but I see it sometimes. Sometimes I see it. Sometimes I see why I'm a yoga teacher. Not all the time. Did you used to play Rumble Fighter? I think so. Quasar Man, you know what you need? If I was a healer in an MMO and you were standing right next to me, I'd use my spell, Blessing of Patience, on you. Yeah, I just went there. Blessing of Patience sounds like a freaking skill, right? I just made that up. Well, patience is a blessing. Like, I've never tried P90X yoga, but that is something I constantly have to come back to in my yoga classes. In fact, a lot of times when I walk into my regular classes and, you know, I know the people, I can tell when everyone's, you know, flustered, checking their phones, like go all over the place. And I say, all right, welcome everyone. Hi, hello. You know, the whole shebang in the beginning. And then I say, you know, like, bring your awareness to the room that you're in. Bring your awareness to your mat. The only thing that exists for the next hour is what is inside this room on your mat. Right now, you're dedicating this time to your practice and your body. Usually I say this towards the end. We dedicated this time and practice to ourselves so that we can go out into the world and be warriors for presence and peace. Because that awareness, it sounds selfish at first. It sounds like, wait, only thing that exists is you. Oh, you fucking careless piece of shit. It's not like that. It's more of like, for the next hour, you have to discipline yourself through your own will to stay focused on what you're doing. And that's something that in our day and age, like, fuck, we don't do. We're always distracted. And when you're always distracted, it's easy to really take advantage of that. And I feel like in a lot of ways, we are being taken advantage of in our culture. Dead K got 13 hours in prison? Holy moly. You've been live for just over 4 hours. By this point, your broadcast, you should have consumed at least 16 ounces. That's half of this ginormous bottle. So if you've been with me this whole time, make sure that you're like, halfway. You're doing it. You're drinking. I wish I had patience. Well, keep wishing, my brother, because it'll come. The more you focus on it. One other thing that I do while I'm teaching yoga is, alright, sun salutation, okay, hands to heart center. What this is called in Sanskrit, the language of yoga, is samastitihi. I always give them the translation. I don't want them to feel like they're, what the fuck is she saying? I say that is the Sanskrit translation for we have arrived. Now, we can set an intention for our practice. Whether it be patience, love, acceptance, gratitude, whatever it is, we're going to focus on it. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. Maybe blink your eyes closed. And just focus on that intention. Focus on patience. And I have them stand there, just with their eyes closed, their hands like here, thinking about patience. That's it. You know, for like a few breaths. And I see people shift. I shift. I shift. I'm like, fuck, what do I need today? Oh shit, there's my intention, you know? Like, fucking, I need to stop judging myself. How about that? Non-judgment. Let's do it. And then, yeah. So, yeah. That's a thing. You just bring your awareness to it, take some breaths. It sounds so simple, but it's so simple that it's hard. Because we're so used to, like, complex, fucking awesome, like, crazy. Exactly. Takes a deep breath in. Take a nice inhale. And hold for a second. Hold at the top of your capacity. Like, hold your breath for a second or 2 or 5 or 10. Just hold it. And then let it go. You know what's really hard? Exhaling all of your air and then holding that for a few seconds before you take your next breath. That's a challenge. He just broke out. That's such a good thing, dude. 13 hours of jail is too much. Of prison, Jesus. I can't believe he broke out. That's awesome. How does that work? Are you like wanted or what happens? Guide me, sensei. Hey, you said it, not me. I'm just, expanding upon what you said. I want to do yoga streams. It's been tough to set the stage for that properly. I have done it in the past. But it's hard. It's hard to, like, keep it authentic and real and, like, people are like, oh my god, booty. And it's like, ugh, bro, we're not there at all. Maybe I just need more mods and we just need to go there and do it. Because I don't know why, like, we're talking about this right now and I'm just sitting here. Maybe it was the Overwatch. But, dude, after yoga, like, this presence, this awareness that we're, kind of exploring right now, these ideas, it's, like, heightened. You can talk about it. It's a lot easier. It's natural. It just happens. It feels easier after yoga for me. Maybe after swimming or whatever the hell you do, it's easier to, like, contemplate this. I've realized it's so cool. I just climbed up a massive sand dune recently, and, like, I was tripping so hard because it was fucking hard. Oh my god, was it hard. I have a video. I have so many videos. I gotta put them all together and I can share the experience with you guys. But yeah, I climbed up this sand dune and goddamn, everyone who got to the top, the conversations were just so fruitful and so awesome at the top of the mountain. On our way down, we ran into some of our group members that didn't make it, and it's so crazy. The quality of conversation degraded as we went further down. Like, I couldn't do it. It wasn't even worth it. Like, they'd throw all these excuses in front of why they couldn't make it up the mountain. And let me tell you, I was fucking dead. I was in so much pain. I don't even know how I did it. I had to get up there. I'm really glad I did, because it was hard. But the point is that, yeah, I don't know. When we feel accomplished, I feel like our brains shift and we, let go of the excuses that we like to make and just, allow authentic conversation like we're having right now. It's just no judgments, nothing. Like, fuck. If I was worried about what you guys thought right now, you know what I'd be doing? Well, for one, the fucking scene wouldn't even look like this, because who the fuck does this? That wouldn't be a thing. Secondly, I'd probably have a lot more makeup on. I did my eyes just because I haven't worn makeup for a while. Have a lot more makeup on. Probably be a lot more stiff. And I'd be gaming. Probably yelling or bitching about it. And yeah, I wouldn't really engage with you guys directly as much. Unless it was like, hey guys, thank you for the beats! Like, I don't know. Like stream shit. So yeah. Did you get sand in your pants? No. I was wearing like 5 layers of pants. But I did get so much sand in my shoes. I took a video of me pouring out the sand in my shoes, but let me tell you, the first shoe I did, so much sand came out, and I was like, fuck, I need to record that and put that in. And then the second shoe that I did, not that much sand fell out of it, but I'll still include it. I gotta edit these videos and put them together for you, because I have a lot of content that I just haven't, like, edited. And I know how to edit. I know how to use the software. And it's almost gonna run out. I've been paying for it for, like, a year. And I've made, like, 1 or 2 videos. It's really sad. It's, like, $30 a month. Joshua D. Francois. Thank you for the follow. Leg day. I want to do leg day. I miss leg day. Didn't make it? Must have been a huge sand dune. Dude, it was. It was massive. It was huge. It was really hard to climb up. But you know what was really cool? When I ran down the face. Was it the face? I don't know. It was like here's the wind. This part, the like C part, I ran down that, and everyone else from the top ran down, and I was like, dude, you guys are gonna eat shit. But like, it just felt natural, and I was like, all right, well, you know. After they were all already all the way down, is when I started, because I was taking my sweet time. Anyways, when I was running down the sand dune, it was so weird. Like, I've never had this experience. As I was running, the sand was vibrating. Like, because your foot sinks in to the sand, and then as it comes up, the air underneath the sand, like, the sand fills it really quick, and it makes this vibration. It was so fucking weird, because every time I picked my feet up, it would be another vibration, and I tried to, like, record that, too. Like, literally, my entire videos that I took is me trying to get those vibrations recorded on my phone, because I wanted to show you guys. You'll see once I put this up. You'll be like, oh, that's the vibration she was talking about. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear them, but you'll hear me in the video be like, yo, I gotta show you guys this fucking vibration, man. It's like crazy. Like, what's going on? Okay, I'm not that much of a stoner. I don't always sound this ridiculous. But yeah, it was weird. It was like, what the hell is this? Yo, that's really cool, Drew. Do you write? Creates its own words? Dude, some of the things that we've been talking about, especially after that garden analogy that I said earlier, I was just sitting here and I had no fucking clue where I was going with my point. Like, I knew where I was going, but I couldn't think of what I wanted to say. So I let go of the need to communicate my point and just let it come out naturally. And I noticed when I let go of, like, oh, I really want to get this point across, like, just let that shit go. My points started to come back full circle. They started to actually tie, like, end to end. Like, I didn't lose my train of thought, even though I am going and bouncing off of many different subjects. I'm definitely all over the place, but I'm still making full circle points within all of the things that we're talking about right now, which is cool because that's not always the case. Sometimes I'm like having a point and then boom, we're totally somewhere else and it doesn't make any sense and what the fuck are you talking about, Ashley? Sometimes that's how you know balance is not there. You gotta go do yoga, you gotta go do something, get your mind right, whatever that is. Really, gaming really is the title still Gaming is Therapy? Because really, this is all of what we're talking about right now has been manifested thanks to me kicking ass at Overwatch, dude. That, oh my god, it fucking feels so good that the first day I play arcade, I get first like 3 times or twice, and then get second or third like most of the other times. Like, I was like, fuck yeah, I haven't even played Bridget. Either you guys suck or I'm awesome. Either way, like, I don't know. It was fun. And like, someone like me, oftentimes I'm really hard on myself, and almost to the point where like my ego, like as yogis, the yoga community, not a yogi, but the yoga community, like, we demonize the ego. We do. We're like, get rid of the ego, get rid of it. You don't need it. It's only trying to fuck you up. We say that because the ego is it protects us in fights, but it also causes fights. Like, the whole point of the ego is, oh shit, there's a bear, run. Like, fight or flight. But that gets in the way nowadays a lot. You know, it's like somebody called you something, so you're gonna get all defensive and ego and, well, I'm better than you. That type of shit. It's unnecessary. So we try and like detach from that. But I went too far, and I like detached a little too. Well, I didn't detach too far, but I demonized it. I was like, oh fuck the ego. The ego's not good. The ego has its place. It does. It's not like get rid of it. It's like, you know, recognize when you're being in your ego and you don't need to be. When your life is not in danger, you do not need to be defensive. It's a waste of fucking time, for example. So yeah. I ruined this girl's Zen garden. I'm a mere poet modded. What was the garden analogy? The garden analogy was we were talking about trying to help people, and planting seeds. So imagine everyone's a garden, and every garden has their own soil, and it's up to us. Like my garden, I am the person who is responsible for my garden. So we were talking about different types of gardens. We were talking about, you know, a nice, awesome, fertile garden that if you throw some seeds in there, like awesome, beautiful fruit will, you know, grow and produce. We were talking about gardens that have a bunch of weeds all over them. So whenever you throw seeds on it or plant seeds, the things that are trying to grow get killed, get choked out. Another type of garden is a rocky soil garden where, you know, you plant the seeds, it grows really fast, not super healthy, but super fast, and then it just falls over and dies. That happens in rocky gardens, I guess. I don't know, but the point is, everybody has a different type of garden. We were talking about some people have freaking desert, barren, wasteland gardens, and it's like, we want to help them, so we try to like, hey man, like, let me work on your garden with you, and they're like, fuck you, I don't want your help. And then it's like, okay, gotta take some steps back and, you know, create distance and space for your own well-being, for your own garden's sake. You gotta like, alright, fine, throw seeds, I'm out. That didn't work, I'm gonna create space. And then we were talking about how sometimes by creating that space from that person that is resistant to your will and your want to help them, it helps them become aware of the fact that they need to become responsible for their own garden, and sometimes they start working on it. So we hope, because at the end of the day, we're all humans. We don't want people to be in a desert, barren wasteland of a garden inside of themselves. We don't want them to feel like that, because we don't want to feel like that. Why would we want them to feel like that? That's just, fuck that. That's just not cool. So yeah, that's the garden analogy. Nice stuff, Ashes. Rhaenys, it's good to see you. Like how Vegeta had to learn. Ego only in the jungle and not in the garden. I like that. I'm planting watermelons, yo. Dude, share some of that. I like watermelons. Potatoes, they say in Arcade, the path to potatoes, lol. The path to PvP is... Sorry, that's how it feels. It feels like I'm just on a path to potatoes. Endless fucking potatoes for the rest of my life. They say that the path to PvP is paved with potatoes. Fuck, that's hard to say. Because you have to farm to get money in order to buy your gear to PvP in Arcade a lot of the times. So yeah, it's funny stuff. Funny stuff. Sounds like a passage out of the Bible. It is a passage out of the Bible. I just call it an analogy because I don't know. I haven't read that. Dude, I heard about that freaking thing when I was like 15, that garden analogy, but it did get me thinking, and I haven't revisited the actual verses in the Bible in a very long time, but it definitely, I own that now. I think about that analogy a lot. It is helpful. I don't look at it as a religious thing, I just look at it as a human analogy that we can all benefit from. That's why I do yoga, and I don't discriminate on the religion that is attached to yoga. You don't have to be a yogi, full-blown fucking Ashtanga. I don't talk to anybody before I do my yoga practice in the morning. You don't have to be the gnarliest yogi on the planet in order to experience the benefits of what this sacred, religious sometimes experience has to offer. I don't like calling it religious because religion, yeah, we fucked up religion a long time ago on this planet. Religion has really done some damage here. It's been corrupted, it's been controlling, it's killed people. I'm not even gonna go into it any further than that. So I just brothers, human race, brothers and sisters, human race, that's who we are. Spirituality, whatever you want to call it. I'm stoked to be here with you, and I hope we can find a way to see eye to eye and be friends. Or, yeah, appreciate each other. We're holy beings that both exist, but at the same time don't. Where did it all come from? Beats me, man. I don't know. I'm just one little speck of a human that also has a network of neurons that it's trillions of cells in my brain that can totally do anything I want with it, and a whole big ass world that I could never see all of it to explore and to meet people on. You could never meet all the people on the planet ever. You couldn't do it. And that's really cool to think about. It's kind of like infinity from our perspective. We really have a lot of freedom in that. But, we have to honor where we've come from, at least on the small scale. On the micro is we all come from planet Earth, and we come from our mothers and fathers. We gotta, respect that this Earth is keeping us alive. So can we treat it well? Can we? It bears fruit for us. It feeds us. It raises all the animals that we eat and use to, create coats and survive. Can we take care of it? Dude, the other day I was staring in the fridge. I